Thanks very much to Open House Melbourne for having me. I'm really delighted to present our Ruckers Hill house to you today. It's an alterations and addition project in Northcote, up on the crest of Ruckers Hill. On a corner site with north up the page, we love these tricky sites and see them as an opportunity to think about the role of the private house in the broader site context. The existing Edwardian holds its position at the front of the site. But down the side street, there was an 80s addition that attempted to emulate the period home, but we think it actually just diluted it. With no relationship to the backyard, and with the garage receiving the only bit of sunlight available. You can see here the existing kitchen and the hallway, and that was really the connection to the backyard. On the side street though, there was a mix of old corrugated fences and sheds that have inspired some of the materiality of the project. So this is the existing condition. You can see the rear addition and the existing garage highlighted in light grey. These were removed and a new volume was imagined for the rear of the site to ensure north sunlight to the new living spaces and garden, with a link connecting it to the existing house and a new pool courtyard squeezed in on the side. We imagine the link more like a garden veranda or a colonnade, with the pool courtyard a little bit like a Roman bath. Arches, however, are much more fun to play in when they're upside down. The new volume at the rear is 2-storey, adjusted to be sympathetic to neighbours, and with 2 new rooftop gardens to connect to the street and provide views beyond, the upper form gently connecting to make a vertical street wall. The project becomes 2-part in its nature, one a personal retreat and the other more civically engaged with an eye on the street and the far horizon. Here in the ground floor plan, you can see bedrooms are put in the original Edwardian, and the new addition contains a series of flexible living spaces that catch the north sunlight, with the dining space here hard on the street. On the first floor plan, there's even a bar that serves the 2 rooftop decks, and a small study and a spare room that doubles as the kids' play space. So here you can see that brick form hard on the street with the off-form concrete base made using the old corrugated sheets for formwork, complete with peeling paintwork markings. The concrete base mediates the street levels of the hill, and you can see how we imagine plants one day spilling all the way over the edge in an offering of generosity to the street. We love the proximity of street life to the internal workings of the household. The bronze screen at the dining space provides a protective veil with only small glimpses of activity within. Whereas at night, things are totally reversed. There is, of course, an internal blind to close things down when needed. From within, you can see all the street activity, and you can also see here the corrugated fences across the road. We love these veiled glimpses of life happening within, and also that transparency again back to the street. Up on the roof, the newly planted garden with the city views, rooftop garden with the city views beyond. And here from the street courtyard, you can see that despite its proximity to the street, the bronze fence planter and level change ensures it feels private and protected. Internally, spaces are small and modest. This is the kitchen here, and the dining space with a view back to the street. That timber panelling wraps around to extended living spaces where homework can be done outside of bedrooms. And then the space further wraps around to form a more protected inner lounge that doubles as a stage and as a sort of stage set for family performances, with the stair working perfectly for backstage entrances. You can see here looking down from above. The heavy green curtain helps you to hide away and listen to a record with the sounds spilling out to the family beyond. These are a series of connected yet separate spaces that respond to different family needs. You can see the relationship of the pool and the framing of the old Edwardian in the distance there. And that's the pool. And looking back to the living spaces. We love this video that has captured the pool as a calming, light reflective water body at the heart of the house, framing the stage set beyond. But it's also for fun and for kids to play, full of life and activity. This is actually really how we've imagined this space, gutsy and durable. The upside down arches, providing the perfect climbing challenge and a spot for multiple bommies. The link works as part of the garden space with layered views to the pool beyond. The glass line's been pulled away from the arches to make space for planting, further diminishing the boundary between inside and out. Light-filled swaying greenery. And of course, this is the best place for an indoor cricket pitch. And we must not forget about the kids. It's important to also talk about the extensive reworking and restoration that has taken place of the existing Edwardian house. It had been significantly altered over the years, with windows having aluminium frames and the bluestone window sills that have been pebble-creted over. Internally, most of the period detail had been removed. Even the existing hall had a tiled floor with even tiled skirting. And while the existing house did need a lot of work, it wasn't without its inspiration. These peachy pink walls being reimagined in the new main bedroom. And here the fireplace was retained with a new connection through to the ensuite bathroom. In the bathroom, custom basins that stand as furniture in period parts of the house, with architraves and cornices carefully restored. And here that was the existing lounge with its heavy curtains and plum carpet that have also inspired the plum carpet used in the main bedroom. Wardrobe joinery has been designed as furniture, with every little thing being carefully considered and detailed. This is the existing bathroom. It's been reimagined as sort of shared communal spaces for kids to negotiate, much like the schoolyard drinking trough. And colour. Each kid's bedroom gets its own identity with colour and fittings selected with the kids. Even Richmond Tigers yellow. And lastly, at the threshold of old and new is a commissioned stained glass artwork that depicts the many histories of the site. The current city view up the top, the fruit trees in the middle, remembering the Italian and Greek migrants that once settled here, and most importantly, yam daisies that acknowledge the traditional owners of this land. We'll just end on this little street video of the street condition. It's also nice to finish with a cute little dog. So that's the end of Ruckers Hill House, and I've been asked to show you also a favourite Melbourne project. I've selected the Robin Boyd's Small Homes Service. It's hard to go past Boyd when you're a Melbourne architect, and while I love Walsh Street, the Walsh Street House, the Small Homes Service had an impact well beyond one project. Through the Small Homes Service, architect-designed houses were made affordable and accessible to many, something we continue to struggle with as architects. The designs had good solar orientation and maximised living spaces. Importantly, they were also small in size and aimed to do more with less. As architects, I hope we can find the next version of the Small Homes Service, arguably not a detached single-family home, something more appropriate for today, sustainable, affordable, accessible architecture. We have some work to do. Thank you very much.